Hello, I am Harsimran and I am going to represent the presentation related to managing the organizational environment. So let's start with the introduction of managing the organizational environment. What is the organizational environment? Set of forces and conditions that affect the way an organization operates and the way managers engage. They are divided into two broad categories: environment, internal environment and external environment. Internal environment: forces operating within an organization and stemming from structure and climate. Another one, external environment: forces operating beyond boundaries of organization. And another point for organizational environment is that forces change over time and are made up of opportunities and threats. Opportunities: opening for managers to strengthen their organization by making and selling more products, obtaining more resources and capital, or opening markets. Threats: issues that can devastate an organization if managers are unable to sell products and revenues profit plunge. And at last, we are talking about the different types of environment in the organization. The first one is general environment, second, task or industry specific environment, and at last, the organization. External organizational environment. There are two types of external organizational environment. First one is task environment. Set of external forces that affects organization's ability to obtain inputs and dispose of outputs. Immediate and direct impact on managers. Another one is general environment. Political, economic, social, cultural, technological, and international forces affecting industry and hence organization. Managers must constantly analyze forces. Now we are going with the different types of task environments. The first one is suppliers. Provide input resources such as raw materials, labor, etc. Managers need reliable suppliers in a global economy. Second one is distributors. Organizations that help others to sell goods or services to customers. Changing nature of distributors and distribution methods bring threats and opportunities for managers. Power of distributors can be weakened if there are too many options for manufacturers and wholesalers. The next one is customers, individuals and groups that buy the goods and services an organization produces. Changing customer types, tastes, and needs result in opportunities and threats. Example: consumer demand for spring fashion difficult to predict 1 year earlier when purchasing product lines. And the last one is competitors. Organizations that produce goods or services that are similar to a particular organization's goods or services. Rivalry between competitors can be most threatening force facing managers. High level of rivalry often results in price competition. They also reduces access to resources and causes profits to decrease. Now we are going with the barriers to entry, factors that make it difficult and costly for a company to enter a particular task environment. There are three main sources. First, economies of scale, cost advantages associated with large operations. Second one, brand loyalty, customers' preference for the products or organizations currently in the task environment. The third one, government regulations, administrative and governmental policies can prevent entry at both industry and country levels. Now we are going the second external organizational environment, the general environment. Consists of border forces including political, economic, social, cultural, technological and international. Managers usually cannot impact or control these. Managers must constantly analyze the forces impacting the general environment in order to manage effectively. Political forces, outcomes of changes in laws and regulations resulting from political and legal developments within a nation, region, or world. increased emphasis on employee safety, environmental protection, and preservation. Competition Act provides legislation on how companies may operate. Competition Bureau acts to maintain and encourage competition within Canada. Now we are moved to economic forces affect general health and well-being of a nation or regional economy of an organization. Includes interest rates, inflation, unemployment, economic growth, etc. And there are two types of economic conditions, strong and poor. The next one is social cultural forces. Pressures coming from the social structure of a country or society or from the national culture. What is a social culture? The arrangement of individuals or groups in a society is known as social culture. And what is a national culture? The set of values that a society considers important and the norms of behavior that are acceptable in a society. Social structure and nation culture differ across societies and also change within societies over time. The next one is demographic forces, outcomes of changes in the characteristics of population, such as age, gender, ethnic origin, race, sexual orientation, and social class. Many industrial countries have an aging population, creates opportunities for organizations catering to older people, decline in the number of young people joining labor forces. The next one is technological forces, results from changes in technology that managers use to design, produce, and distribute goods and services. Profound implications for managers and organizations are can make established product obsolete overnight. Information technology is constantly changing the nature of work itself within the organization and the manager's job. Managers must move quickly to respond to technological changes. And the last one is international, and we can say that global forces results from changes in international relationships, changes in nations' economic, political, and legal systems, and changes in technology. Increasing in economic integration of countries around the world. Free trade agreements designed to lower barriers to the free flow of goods and services between nations. Managers view the global environment as open. Companies are free to buy from or sell to whichever companies and countries they choose. Now we talk about the further information related to the managing the organizational environment. Managing the organizational environment involves creating a workplace culture that supports the achievement of organizational goals and fosters employee satisfaction and well being. It encompasses various aspects of organizational life, such as leadership, communication, collaboration, diversity, and inclusion, and work life balance. One important aspect of managing the organizational environment is establishing a clear and compelling organizational vision and mission that inspires employees and guides their efforts. Leaders should communicate this vision and mission regularly and ensure that it aligns with the values and goals of the organization. Effective communication is another key element of managing the organizational environment. Leaders should create an environment where employees feel comfortable sharing their ideas and concerns and where feedback is encouraged and acted upon. They should also ensure that communication channels are clear and accessible and that important information is shared in a timely and transparent manner. Collaboration is also critical to creating a positive organizational environment. Leaders should encourage teamwork and create opportunities for employees to work together on projects and initiatives. This can help build trust and foster a sense of community within the organization. Diversity and inclusion are also important aspects of managing the organizational environment. Leaders should ensure that their hiring and promotion practices are fair and inclusive, and that employees from diverse backgrounds feel valued and supported. They should also create opportunities for training and development that address bias and promote cultural competence. Finally, managing the organizational environment involves promoting work life balance and employee well being. Leaders should create policies and practices that support flexible work arrangements, time off for personal and family needs, and access to resources and support for mental and physical health. Overall, managing the organizational environment is a complex and ongoing process that requires attention to multiple factors. By creating a positive and supportive workplace culture, leaders can help their organizations achieve their goals and create a fulfilling and engaging work environment for their employees. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you and have a great day.